Hey guys, welcome back to Film Spire. Today we'll talk about the most nauseating moments on Dr. Pimple Popper. Let's head into it. A splatter on the wall cyst.
You okay, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure, right? Not hurting you. Okay.
No, you're good.
This time she's tackling the splatter on the wall pillar cyst. And trust me when I say that this video title does not disappoint. It's that spooky time of year again, Popaholics. Join me and my fabulous patient for the best kind of trick-or-treat. Plum pillar cysts ready to pop. Happy Halloween. Our good doctor captioned the video. This patient came in with a whole host of cysts on his head, all of which are fascinating to watch. The doctor posted a whole 24-minute video, so Popaholics can really indulge. The first few cysts on the patient's head were a bit evasive. Sometimes the smaller ones are more difficult because they're slippery. Dr. P said while doing her signature apologies for putting pressure on the man's dome. The second cyst was extracted much more easily. It came out in its entirety and looked remarkably like a ping pong ball. It's so wild what our skin can store inside of it. And just when I thought my mind was thoroughly blown, the big mama of all cysts finally came into view. The aforementioned splatter on the wall biggie. As suspected, it was vastly different from the rest. Once Dr. P made the incision, it was clear that this one has a very dark shade of brown. For those of you who don't spend hours at night watching various popping videos, a brown cyst is like a diamond in the rough. Well, while the doctor was prodding and poking this sucker, it projectile spewed a dark brown liquid that just narrowly avoided Dr. P and ended up splattering all over the wall behind her. Dr. P dodged the splatter just in time, but it did leave a Jackson Pollock-esque design on her wall. And because the good doctor has always had a cheery sense of humor, she said she wants her patient to sign it. Oh, modern art, a thing of beauty, a snowball cyst.
Something clogged it.
I'm here with James, who has this large bump on his forehead, and just from the way that it—
Omar's wife Ebony said her family has stopped partaking in Christmas traditions like family gatherings and parties because Omar has become the Grinch. Ebony also said she noticed Omar becoming less outgoing in the years following his bump's appearance. I just don't want to answer the questions. Omar, who is from Columbus, Ohio, said during the episode. Dr. P first diagnosed Omar with a lipoma, a fat-filled growth that sits between a person's muscle layer and skin layer. But once she started to operate on him, Dr. P realized Omar had a cyst, or a growth that's filled with keratin, a protein found in skin cells. Cysts often occur when the hair follicle or injured part of the skin gets clogged with skin cells, which accumulate to form a growth. Dr. P removed Omar's soft and jelly cyst in a matter of minutes. To treat Omar, Dr. Pimple Popper first numbed his forehead with an injectable numbing solution, then sliced through the growth center using a surgical blade. She said the growth felt soft and jelly, which are the common characteristics of a cyst. It does look like a snowball under there, Dr. P exclaimed when she uncovered a bright white sphere inside the incision she'd created. Next, she used her fingers to squeeze the snowball, and thick white pus poured it out. Lee then used scissors and tweezers to gently remove the cyst lining from the fibers that held it in place. When she pulled the blood-stained growth out of Omar's forehead, it looked like a teeny rubbery pancake. Removing the cyst lining prevents regrowth, said Lee. According to Dr. P, the cyst was obedient, and after Lee stitched up Omar's forehead, he said his Grinch persona was gone. Since the bump's gone, I will be a lot more personable, Omar said. The social media famous dermatologist went on to treat two other patients during her hour-long wintertime special, an alien forehead cyst.
Kind of grew bigger slowly.
Yeah, okay. So it's like you kind of got you.
Upon finding out that the patient's sister was a huge fan of hers, it was only appropriate that Dr. P titled her video a cyst for his sister. At the very beginning of the procedure, Dr. Pimple Popper cautiously made an incision near the patient's eyebrow, so it's easy to hide during recovery. In her effort to not rupture the cyst, she contemplates whether or not she should squeeze it. There should be a name for this point right here. When we decide what we're going to do, I think I'm going to squeeze it so that it will be small. But once she started squeezing, Dr. P couldn't contain all the comparisons she was coming up with. It's like a little alien, right? Or like a little narwhal, like a salamander. You know what I mean? Like, see the face? Dr. Pimple Popper event. Dr. Pimple Popper even went as far as to compliment the cyst, adding, "I'm sorry, but he's really cute. You guys have to agree with me. You've seen some ugly ones, but this is not ugly." As she was adding her final touches, she explained to her patient that she tries to be meticulous about the process, since even a small amount of wall from the cyst that's left can cause it to come back. her work speaks for itself, but Dr. P was right. I could barely point out the incision point, and her sutures are almost completely blended in with the patient's brows. Alien, salamander, or anything else you might think that this looks like. It was a job well done. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.